Lord, take our lips and speak through them. Take our minds and think through them. Take our hearts and set them on fire. Amen. One of the most memorable lines from the murder mystery, The Usual Suspects, comes from the meek Verbal, played by Kevin Spacey, speaking to a homicide detective at his desk. He says, "The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world that he didn't exist." And through the course of the movie, the devil, or in this case, the criminal mastermind pulling all the strings, is hidden. So if we give Kevin Spacey the benefit of the doubt and admit that the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was staying hidden, what, might I ask, is the greatest trick that God ever pulled on the devil? This is not a juvenile question. In fact, it's at least 1,700 years old. It was a question that is answered by several of the early church writers, like Gregory of Nyssa and John of Damascus. Gregory of Nyssa, one of the excavators of the doctrine of the Trinity back in the 300s, he talked freely about a sober understanding that God in Jesus had tricked the devil. He used the image of the devil as a ravenous fish that was tricked into swallowing not its prey, but a fishing lure with bait on it. And this bait, in Gregory's case, the body of Jesus, was the devilfish's undoing. 300. Well, what is this trick? And how is the devil involved? What is the devil anyway? It's kind of embarrassing to talk about the devil. Do we really have to bring in this character from the Bugs Bunny cartoons and the Bosch paintings? Isn't it wiser just to leave this devil figure out altogether? Well, this is an issue with some of our contemporary attitudes. We are learning about our world at an exponential pace, and some of the old things we leave behind. But some tried and true tools we leave behind as well. We renounce the devil at every baptism we have here at Christ Church. But I think sometimes we renounce the whole idea of the devil as a bit childish and uncultured. Well, let me suggest that perhaps there is nothing more adult than believing in the devil. Not that the devil is an actual personified and supernatural creature, no. And not that there aren't naive portrayals of the devil out there that do us no good, but that it is the devil, a quality of this world in which we live, that we're familiar with, that we encounter more and more as we study history, as we mature, oftentimes the worst of our natures as children of God, or evil. This can so grasp a person, a family, a corporation, a society, that it becomes dynamic, infectious, and even adaptable. And it's parahuman, too. You can't nail it down to just one person. That would be unfair. Whether it's an organized crime syndicate that lives no matter who is thrown in jail, a bureaucracy that's taken on a twisted tenor that didn't originate with one person, or an addiction that meets you, play for play. Evil can take on an almost living quality. The multi-headed hydra is a great image for this from the Greek tradition. When one head is cut off, three take its place. In our tradition, we have given this force our own name, Satan, the devil. And a very ancient way to have power over something is to know its name. This force, this dynamo, has an interest, if we must personify it. It has an interest to stay hidden. And this is what Jesus is undoing. This is what God in Jesus is tricking. And in the events of Holy Week, we will witness a kind of ruse unfold by which the evil powers and principalities that Paul talks about are led to lose their dominion over us.